Hey y'all. So guys, I just wanted to come on here and talk about Tia's show, Tia Mowry's My Next Act. Um, Very interesting. You know, you would have never thought that Tia would do this kind of show. Because the Mowry sisters just have such a or Mowry just has such a squeaky clean image. And but everybody's good and grown, child, and it's time to keep it a buck. Reality television is a huge market, and so it makes sense, to do it. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm just going to talk for those that have watched the show. I thought I wasn't going to enjoy the show, but I actually enjoy it. It's real to me. Um, y'all know that she divorced her husband, Corey. They had been together for, I think, 20 something years, but been married for like 19, maybe, something like that. She says that she, I think, only had one other boyfriend before Corey, and then she got with Corey, and that was it. And she has been with Corey for this entirety. Um, Nobody knows the true reason as to why they broke up, but there's many speculations, and I have my thoughts and opinions as to why they broke up or Tia decided to, leave the marriage. The thing about people is that things change, people change, feelings sometimes change. You're not the same person that you are at 21 that you are at 41 or whatever you are. And I think that sometimes people just change. That change is just so different or it's just so drastic that, it don't align anymore with the person that you're with. Um, your upbringing has a lot to do with that as well. You know, However you grew up, whether it's single parent, two parents, um, whatever, and however you grew up, that definitely affects everything and how you view relationships and so I think that she held on as long as she could in that relationship. Many people were calling her, silly or dumb, and she shouldn't. You left a good man and whoop to whoop. I'm just like, y'all have no idea what has gone on in Tia's marriage, and including myself. Like nobody knows what has went on. In my mind, what happened with the demise of their relationship, I think she was just over it. I think that she was over pretending and putting on a front. I think that she, of this picture perfect life, when it wasn't that way behind the scenes, um, I think that she was tired of being the breadwinner for a long time. If I'm being honest, her and Tamara was already a star before Corey came along. And Corey's star has now finally started to rise. He's always been talented and all that, but it's just sometimes just people peak at different times. I mean, they started Sister Sister when they were like 13, 14 years old, and I believe the story goes, if my memory serves me correctly, is that Tamara met Corey first, or they both met Corey at a bus stop or something like that. Somehow Tamara and Corey started being cool, and Tamara introduced Corey to Tia. So the issue is Tamara. Blame Tamara. No, I'm just kidding. We love Tamara. But yeah. So I think and Tia's gonna keep a job, baby. Tia's gonna. I don't know about them hair products. A lot of people saying, "Girl, I don't know." I gotta try. I'm not gonna dog her. I gotta try her hair products. But the first go around, I was looking at the girls who do recaps on the hair products, and allegedly, apparently, they said them hair products. It's for the girls with the loosey goosey girls. The mixed girls, the multiracial girls and boys, and they not for us girls. But maybe she's listened to the critiques and maybe they're better now. Is it called For You by Tia? Okay, we're gonna see if it's for me, Tia. But anyway, So, what was I saying? They had been stars since they were young kids, and they had a show, Sister Sister, that was designed for them. They made up a whole show, the producers, for them. Like it's just a different thing, and constantly putting your all into somebody, trying to build them up and help them and encourage them and all that. All that is exhausting, and then you're gonna turn around and try to tell me what to do because you're the man in the situation, you know. Um, I'm sure it's a lot, and I'm sure for a long time, you know, Tia's always kept a job, and maybe it was a lot of resentment there that she's working and he's not really working like that, or the jobs is not coming in for him as well. And in Hollywood, you just never know. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know if they're looking for you. You never know if you're the person. You just never know. It's such a up today, down tomorrow kind of industry, and you know, but Tia is gonna have naturally more roles than Corey because we've been knowing Tia for years and years, and has a she's left her mark in Hollywood. Um, so you know, I'm sure that was just a huge part of it. Apparently, there's no infidelity that went on. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. But you just, like I said, you just never know. A lot of people were saying that she used her sister and their non closeness anymore, apparently, as a storyline. Probably. It's possible. I mean, sorry about the sun and the blinds, y'all. But you do whatever you need to say to get people to watch the show. But I do think it's a little bit of truth in that. Tamara's just a completely different person, and Tia is a little bit more adventurous and a little bit more independent in terms of not wanting to be tied down, so to speak, because she's done that for her whole life and she never got the chance to just be free. And I think it's just important for every individual, male, female, however you identify, to have those, so to speak, lack of better words, wild college girl moments. Not necessarily that you're sleeping with everybody, nothing like that. I'm just saying you just need time to discover yourself and be independent and do you. And getting into these relationships super duper young, you know, you have to rediscover who you are and rediscover yourself because you've done it this entire way because that's what the world tells you, that this is how it's done and this is the way that it should be done. When every person needs single years where they're just single and living life and being free. Yeah, that's just what you need before you get into such a commitment where you're constantly going to have to be compromised and constantly, at times, many times, putting your true feelings on the back burner or just supporting your significant other when you completely disagree. And you know, it's just a lot with relationships. It's good and bad to it. And you know, it is what it is. Let me see. But like I said, I really enjoy the show. I enjoy her friends, Natasha, her friend and assistant. What's her name? Sierra. When they did the dating thing with Tia. Now that was funny when they was auditioning the dates and they had the flag in the confessional and they was waving the flag at the ones they can't stand and stuff. And it was very interesting. I think that Tia met a good guy. I forgot his name. He seemed cool, but I definitely had questions. I was on the friend's side when they was like giving him the side eye because he's just odd. He's a strange bird, and you know, he's an entrepreneur and all that, which is great, and he's a good looking dude, and he's nice and kind and whoop to whoop. But you know, it's you don't know folks until you know them, and it's just very interesting to me because he has a daughter, but the daughter stays with the mama in a whole nother state. So he had all the time in the world to romance Tia and get in good with Tia. And that was just nothing but the God protecting her and telling her in that moment, although he's a cool guy, it's time to cut him off because he's doing the most. In which I can definitely see him doing the most until he got her and got her good, and then here comes the okie doke, right? So I'm glad they left with that situation. I love her cousin. Why does his name slip my mind? T and Tamara's cousin. He was on their show way back in the day. Jerome. He's so cool. I think he's, handsome. And I just like him. He has a good spirit, and it's really cool to see like their relationship and stuff. And the little girl, Cairo, she's adorable. She looks like Corey and Tia, for sure. The son, he did not want to be a part of the show, which is his prerogative. I think he's like a teenager, preteen now. He just didn't want to be involved and stuff like that. It's a sensitive situation. At the end of the day, that's his daddy. And I'm sure he has a super close relationship to his dad. And, so it's just quite interesting. Who I have enjoyed the most on the show, though, was when Jackie came by. Jackie, who played Lisa Landry on Sister Sister, Tia's mom, on the show. And she just dropped by and dropped some good old wisdom, good old auntie wisdom. She said, you cannot have it all, not at the same time. You can't have the successful, she told Tia, you can't be a successful wife and then have a real successful career and then family, friends, for everything to be lined up and for everything to be completely successful and all that. She was like, no. She was like, kids need stability. Kids need a routine. There has to be somebody that stays at home. And in my mind, Corey was probably more so that person for a while. Not all the time, but for a while, I'm sure, where Tia was out working and him being a man and him being in the same field as Tia and probably not seeing as much success as Tia, that caused a lot of resentment. And who knows? We can all put on fronts in front of the camera, but when Tia got home, who knows the conversations? Who knows, what really went down? And I think for such a smart person like Tia, I think that 19 years of marriage or so, like, that's enough to know a person. That's enough to know whether you want to leave them or not. So people questioning why she decided to leave. It's just, girl, you got to choose yourself at the end of the day. You never know what life is going to give you, and nobody in this life is guaranteed to be with you forever. Nobody. From your parents to friends to siblings to whatever and however. It's just nothing is a guarantee. Nobody's a guarantee. But you are 100% guaranteed to be with yourself forever. And sometimes you just got to choose yourself, child. Everything else is lovely and great and amazing, but you cannot make other people and other things your whole life. You just can't. Because when those things go awry and let you down and move on or whatever happened or expires, it's just like, what do you do? Whitney Houston taught us the greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. And I am on that journey of learning to love myself. And I think that Tia is on that journey as well. But she got it going on, child. She got it going on. If you guys want me to review the show, I think we're on episode 6 or 7 now for the remaining of the season. I will. I'll talk about it if y'all want me to. If not, then I just wanted to give a little brief thing of Tia's show so far. I don't know how many more episodes it is, but it's cute. I like it. I got my own mind. I do my own style and my own time. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at Skins on Instagram and Twitter. at SKingsO89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook, Mr. Chalaki on Cash App, PayPal, and TikTok. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.